What if I told you that some of the most popular exercise strategies actually accelerate aging? There are strategies that you want to implement if you want to live a high, healthy, vibrant, vital, happy life that are integrated into the longevity fitness strategies and solutions that I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, what are some of the things that people are doing wrong? I think a lot of orthopedic surgeons, they love when people are doing kettlebell swings. They love when people are getting into functional fitness before they actually develop their own kind of baseline fitness levels and help to increase the overall health of their vitality and body. Now, what ends up happening is a lot of people, they go into CrossFit or they'll go into this functional training, which I believe is some of the healthiest, the best training for longevity, but they do it prematurely, or they say, their friends say, hey, you just got to come in and check out this gym, and they do it, but then their form is off and they end up doing all of these things wrong, and it's fine at first, months go by, and then they blow out their a disc in their back, or they blow out their ACL, right? And this is a very common thing, especially if people are not understanding the longevity strategies and solutions that we're going to get into again in this video. So what are they? What are some of the best things that you can implement, and why would we even want to implement them? I'm going to get into some very advanced fitness strategies in this video that are, I believe, the future of longevity that may be impractical. So I'm going to talk about those a little bit later, but I'm going to get into the more practical things that you can do right now. One of the things that I believe that we should be looking at hormonally in our body is, what can we do to increase human growth hormone? What can we do to secrete more of the most important anti-aging hormone in the body? What can we do to skyrocket HGH, right? So when you look at an upper body versus a lower body workout, which one secretes more human growth hormone? Lower body does. So if you chose between lower body or upper body, typically lower body workouts will secrete more human growth hormone. Well, what kind of exercises will help us secrete more human growth hormone, which is the anti-aging kind of longevity hormone of the body? Well, what we know is that HIIT training, high intensity interval training, is one of the best things that you can do to secrete higher levels of human growth hormone. We're talking about increasing it by 1,000, 2,000 plus percent, which is pretty amazing. Well, what do you have to do? How can you do that? What I typically do is I'll work out fasted. I think it's powerful to work out fasted. It's not for everybody, but that gives you a bigger HGH spike. Wait a minute, Dr. Jones. Wait a minute, Dr. Jones. Why would I want to work out fasted? Like, am I going to bonk out, right? I'm not going to have an energy for the workout, right? I'm not talking about, you're fasting for days, right? Your body has a lot of energy in it. It's got glycogen stores. You can get a really good workout fasting. And hey, look, if this tip isn't the best tip for you, that's completely fine. Eat some food before you work out. Eat some food after your workout. That's fine. But I'm talking about one of the best ways to skyrocket human growth hormone is to go into a workout fasted, and even fast after your workout. It's actually a myth that you have to eat within 30 minutes after you work out to build muscle and to feed your body, etc. Really, what your body wants is post the workout, during the day after you work out, or the meal after you work out, that you're consuming enough calories to replenish. But you can work out and then you can fast for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and that's where you see this massive increase in human growth hormone. And so if you don't believe me, just try it out yourself and feel how you feel and the hormone response that you get when you work out and then you fast for an hour to 2 hours after you work out. I do it for even 3 hours, and it is euphoric. It's like amazing because you can feel the HGH surging, right? So this happens no matter what type of workout it is. But if you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, do resistance training or high intensity interval training. My favorite way to do HIIT training is you're essentially going at, say, 70 to 85% for the first couple of circuits, and then you get up to 85, 95% for the next several circuits. And your goal is to do around 6 to 10 sprints, right? And again, go at your own pace. Don't go to the place where you're going to essentially injure yourself. But get to a place where you're like, whoa, this is like really, really intense. And do it for, again, 15 to 30 seconds. Now, when you do that, the goal that I would have is for you to do a 1-to-1 ratio of workout to rest. But you're not going to start off there. You're probably going to do 1-to-3 ratio, where you do your sprint and then you catch your breath for a minute and a half. And you do a 30-second sprint, then you catch your breath for a minute and a half. That's a 1-to-3 ratio. And when you do that, you're going to essentially get your body into a place where you're just stimulating that HGH secretion. Now, a human growth hormone gets secreted during the workout, but again, the real benefit happens after workout, which is why I love to fast afterwards. Now, for the women out there, especially if this is like around your cycle or whatever, you have to make sure that you customize it to your body. If your body is telling you to eat, you just have to eat, right? You need to do that. Now, if you're craving sugar, that's a craving. That's not your body telling you that you just want nutrients. But this is a very, very powerful strategy. Now, you can do this with resistance training. Typically, what I do is HIIT training. I have a bike. I go outside. I hit the hills, and I'll do HIIT training on the hills. So I get to around 9 cycles of around 30 seconds, pushing it really hard. You can do this sprinting up a hill. I'll do that with, there's a hill just outside my house. I'll do that sprinting as well. And you can also do this a number of other ways. So resistance training with weights, again, is another very powerful way to get fit. And a lot of the people listening, they haven't built up their fitness capacity to the level that they're ready for functional fitness. I think we should get you in the gym. We should get you to understand form in around the exercises and around the sprints and the cycling, etc. And then you can move on to essentially the next phase, which is the more functional fitness arena. And so that's where I live. But again, it's probably the most dangerous place to start because your intrinsic muscles of your body haven't been built up. Now, how do you get your intrinsic muscles built up to the point where you can do functional fitness in the future? The best way to do that is through balance exercises. I have balance boards. I have soft board is one of them that I have, and I have various boards that I get on. But seek supervision if your balance is a little bit off. But when you talk about longevity, what is the number one reason why people age? They slip, they fall, they injure themselves, and then it leads to a number of different things, right? And this is ultimately what you want to avoid. And so, there are a number of different strategies to implement for longevity, but the ultimate goal is to get to, more functional fitness, being outside. I always work out outside in my house. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to go to the gym to work out. That's a good place to start, but you can actually, eventually get to the place where you're earthing, you're outside, you're barefoot on the grass or something along those lines. Now, I told you at the beginning of the video that I would talk about an advanced fitness strategy. That's probably one of the most advanced fitness strategies that you can implement when it comes to fitness. And that is the ARP Wave. The ARP Wave is a device you put on your muscles. And what it does is it sends an AC current into your muscles for contraction of your muscles. Now, what's so cool about this is it actually works out your body for you, and it allows for you to build more muscle no matter what age that you're at. Obviously, you'll be able to build more muscle at a younger age than you are when you're older. However, when you use an ARP Wave, it's honestly like one of the best PT devices that you can have and utilize. And a lot of people, they get injured because their neuromuscular facilitation gets out of whack and their muscles are not firing properly. And then there's compensation that happens, which is what happened for me. And I tear my ACL, which is exactly what happened for me. And so this is something you want to avoid. And I learned a lot of this stuff after my injury, but what's great about the ARP wave, ARP wave, is it allows for the muscles that are not firing properly to get reacquainted to the nervous system. And then it gets to a place where they're fully functional, fully operational. It takes a ton of pressure off the joint. So if you have shoulder pain, if you've got elbow pain, if you've got knee pain, hip pain, sacral pain, back pain, this ARP Wave is one of the most amazing kind of miracles that you could get access to. So I really do believe that the future of longevity and fitness is also in utilizing these devices that will help to reconnect the muscles with the nervous system, which will allow for you to age gracefully and increase your overall health and vitality in an amazing way. I use the ARP Wave at least once a week, and I think it's a great device to integrate into your workouts. It's not something you do. You probably use it for around 10 to 20 minutes. That's it. It really does an amazing job, and it'll probably be one of the most intense workouts that you'll ever have, because as you go up in power, your body just gets more and more invigorated, I guess you could say, and stimulated. So I hope this video adds a ton of value to you. The villains of working out and fitness are, again, people that are pushing you too hard, getting you to do, like, say, CrossFit or kettlebell swings when your body's balance and intrinsic muscle strength hasn't gotten to the point where it should be. And I highly, highly recommend making sure that you kind of take a stepping stone approach to optimizing your health. I don't think CrossFit is bad. I think it's just important to understand, to get a foundation of fitness before you go into, like, that major kind of functional fitness area, which is what I enjoy doing and what I love doing. HIIT training, weight training, functional fitness, plyometric training, balance training. These are all things that I work into my workouts every day, along with the ARP Wave, which is reconnecting the muscles with the nervous system. So if you thought that this was a good video, I'd love for you to share it with other people. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe, click that bell button. And again, thank you so much for watching this video.